Boniface Harris.
Hello, Jen. Can you hear me?
I can see you. Please unmute your sound. Oh,
Hello, Jen.
thank you so much for joining. And yes, I can hear you.
Oh, I hope there is no buffering, eh?
On my side, it's okay. It's very okay.
Fantastic.
The floor is yours. Please show us how you're actively participating as a youth, and what is your context, and what is the inspiration behind it. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The organization and what you're doing.
Thank you very much, Jen. And good afternoon to everyone, and happy International Youth Day to all of us. We are proud to be youth because youth is a great opportunity and a chance in life. First, I would like to appreciate Champions for SDGs Youth for convening this very significant meeting for us to commemorate International Youth Day in sharing what we're experiencing from different contexts, from government, development partners, and other key stakeholders who are playing to ensure the achievement of sustainable development goals. So I'm Boniface Harrison, Executive Director of Moema Action Post. Moema Action Post is a social enterprise focused on climate action, digital skills, and civic engagement. In addition, I'm also a member of the Environment, Climate Action, and Agriculture Sector Working Group under the National Youth Council, which Buka has well mentioned that we invite more members to join and participate in advancing climate action at the national level. When we had a conversation with Arnold, he mentioned that he would like us to have a conversation about working in different contexts, but also having a common aspiration. And anytime we have discussion about sustainable development goals, when people are asked which SDG are you working on, and people raise their hands and share, you find that almost everything that we do towards a better society is aligned with the sustainable development goals. So in everything we are doing, from all the contexts that have been mentioned by the previous speakers, we're all contributing to a future that will be better for the next generation, because that is the essence of sustainability, ensuring that while we are thriving, we are also not compromising the survival and the prosperity of the future generation. But additionally, on the other hand, sometimes when you mention that you're working, we might be working in different contexts individually, but there are those of us who are also working on different contexts at a time. And sometimes there are those who believe in specialization. So you'll be asked, so what are you a specialist in? Are you aligned towards a particular thing in life? And I usually I'm from the school of thought that it's good to do many things as long as all of them are contributing to a common aspiration, which is sustainability. At Moema Action Post, we work on climate action, and this is first through trainings and capacity buildings. We have previously held trainings on climate smart agripreneurship, and that has the core goal of ensuring that young people have the knowledge on how they can engage in economic activities even if the climate is changing, because climate smart agriculture is one of the key areas that can offer opportunities and also ensure that communities can thrive even if the times are changing. Additionally, we also do community activities. Currently, we are co-hosts of the local Conference of Youth, popularly known as ELCOI. And today, actually, we are having an activity in Kwale, where our team is having a regional consultation. And within our climate action work, we also work with youth organizations and community organizations generally to share knowledge on how young people can turn climate realities into income opportunities. Not only climate, but also environmental realities. Because we must agree with one another that how to make climate action and environmental action good and attractive to young people is through making it profitable. Where is the money? How can you get the money? In addition to our training services, we also offer training services to other organizations, where we recently worked with the European Union, WeWorld, Banfonden in a project on designing a multimedia tool for climate and environmental action. So we worked together in Nairobi, in Isiolo, and also in Kwale. That is also contributing towards how young people can advance climate action through leveraging digital platforms. In addition, we are very much involved in digital skills work. Every day at Mwema Action Post, we are saying something on social media platforms. We're either creating awareness, we are spotlighting an event. A lot of knowledge is churned out at Mwema Action Post through online platforms. And particularly, today I hope you leave this webinar, even if it's one person, with an idea to go and make money with the digital skills that we have. Because one, we offer graphic designing. We design posters, flyers, proposals for organizations, because even as much as we are advancing sustainable development goals, these efforts need to be seen. For example, we all saw this webinar mostly through a flyer. That flyer was designed by a graphic designer, and graphic designers are paid to do their work. But also sometimes they contribute to CSR activities through their expertise. But graphic designing is an income opportunity, which we also explore. We also support organizations with social media management, that is helping them communicate to wider audiences about the initiatives they are doing. A lot of times you may be, as a young person, even if you don't do it for commercial, if the organization that you are leading, if you are doing some work on the ground that is helping in advancement of sustainable development goals, it is advisable that you also leverage online platforms to build your portfolios, so that in the future, when you are applying for grants, when you are being putting yourself for opportunities, you have reference. These days you might have seen that many opportunities need you to attach links to the work that you've been doing before. So if you are good at social media management, creating content that communicates about your work, social media management is something you can do, not only for yourself, but also offer to other organizations that need that support. We also do photography and videography in the development world, because everything that has been done needs to be showcased. If it was not photographed, it did not happen unless it is a high-level classified meeting. So that is also an area that you can explore. I can tell you don't need a 300,000 camera or a 50,000 laptop. How we started our work was through a phone, just a Samsung phone. A good phone that can get good photos, you're good to go. And you will take good photos as long as you know how to hold your phone steadily without shaking. That also means you need to keep yourself healthy, so that you're not shaking too much before you buy a tripod. But from where you are, you can start and do massive things in the digital space. Out of our growing efforts, we have also been accredited by the Media Council of Kenya as a public communications practitioner. So that adds a lot of credibility to the work we do in digital media. Additionally, we do proposal writing, because my background, I would say I went to school to study sustainable development, because I studied social work and community development, and social work and community development is a profession that cuts across many fields. I can work with children, I can work with the youth, I can work with the women, I can work with refugees, I can work with street families. I have expertise professionally to work around those sectors, but I have narrowed down to focus on these three key areas at this phase of my life. Maybe when I am 50, I may be called to work with refugees. You may never know. But now, proposal writing helps you fundraise, even put forth your value proposition to organization. Because sometimes, even if you are organizing an event within your organization, and you're inviting speakers, or you want to raise finances, the first thing stakeholders will ask you for is, where is the proposal? Because a proposal helps you communicate your work concisely and speak for you. You may not have a chance to speak to the CEO of the National Youth Council, but with your proposal, she can read it when she's available. Arnold may not receive your call at a particular time, but if you email Arnold, he will read your proposal. So we also help you design a good proposal that is well packaged. It is not too generic, because sometimes organizations where some people want to trust themselves with using AI, and you end up writing something that can embarrass you. So that is a skill that you can learn by yourself. It is a skill that you can source from us, and it's a skill that you can sell to other people who may not have the time or who may not have the expertise to do it. And additionally, finally, is civic engagement. And civic engagement is a critical area, because right now we are counting down to the next election. We are 364 days to 2027, and a lot of things are emerging around hate speech, disinformation, around political violence. A lot of controversies are going to happen. You're going to see, in the advent of AI, you're going to see a lot of deep fakes, and within no time, a community or a group of people or yourself might get misled. So we are also dedicating ourselves to creating a lot of awareness. Particularly, we are part of the public benefit organizations, media and academia technical working group under the Constitution and Reform Education Consortium. This is a project that is also funded by the Embassy of Finland in Kenya. And so we are also supporting the process of creating awareness to the public, to equip them with more skills to tackle misinformation, disinformation, and make informed decisions in the next general election. Civic engagement is an area that we all need to be awake to right now, and it's an area that can also offer you opportunities if you position yourself to contribute value, because our journey with some of our partners in civic engagement has been very long. We started some partnerships as fellowships, and continually we are still working together even after those engagements that we had before. So there is also a lot of speculation about the turnout of the Gen Z vote. Yeah, and there are many opportunities for you to contribute to insights. What are the Gen Z saying? What strategies can be used to engage more young people and even the larger community to participate meaningfully in elections? We don't want that in 2027 we'll be talking about a lot of percentage in apathy. We want more people to participate in voting and help transform the trajectory of our country for the long term, because when the people are involved in governance meaningfully through processes like elections, that means that is a population that is ripe for change. So those are some of the areas that we work on. As I was mentioning them, I hope they have sparked some inspiration in you or some motivation in the work you're doing, that you're not alone. There are many avenues for you to get opportunities, for you to contribute value, and for you to earn without necessarily waiting to write a grant to a person, that you can actually source clients and get them yourself. Could it be in climate smart agriculture? Today, if you decide to go and start climate smart farming, you will not need a grant. You need 100 shillings to buy Sukuma Wiki. You need just a laptop or a phone to start designing posters, things that you can already start doing. Because one of the key challenges that also we face is when we over-rely too much on donor funding and waiting until a lack somewhere happens. It can have a challenge, because even access to grants these days is challenging. If you've not done anything before, then it's very challenging for you to get a grant. And also it is very challenging for you to have done anything before without having had a grant. So you have to start somewhere. You have to keep going. There's another thought that I was having in mind so that I can conclude. But one of the key things I would like to leave you with is remaining consistent and being innovative. I can see Jane has come so that I can finish. being very consistent, hardworking, and very innovative. Sometimes resources may not be sufficient, but you have to think about how to do things in a more convenient way that is very cost effective and achieve the same results. And ensure that you don't close down, and ensure that you are afloat with the limited resources that you have. So I want to thank you very much. I look forward to a session if there will be question and answer to engage with you more. Thank you very much.